Last time you saw Feed All Monsters, we had just finished the vertical slice. Then we kinda stopped working on the game for half a year and finished Dogs Organized Neatly. During that time, we still made some progress on the game. Dani from the Mente Games had concepted 200 levels and sorted them into 6 different worlds. And we even playtested most of them. And before you ask, yes, Dani was kind enough to record the puzzle solutions. We also commissioned the rest of the music we would need for the full game from our musician Miko. Like, the priorities are kind of getting music for each of the settings, then getting something for the menu, and then if we have budget left over, maybe getting like some kind of jingle or some bomb 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 in the boss level just to like introduce the boss.
Yeah, I mentioned the 24th of
January.
January.
And that also gives us enough time to play the levels, make the level art, play them with art and music combined. It is the 19th of November, and I think now might be the right time to start working on these tile sets. I also made some palette swaps of the tile set, so our programmer Uzia could program the 6 different settings into the game. After that, our levels finally went from looking like this to something more like this. And even though they still look a bit broken, at least they change colors now. Oh yeah, and I also made a second skin for the slime enemy, just so we could implement the logic that the monsters also have different skins depending on which setting they are in. We also got the first boss back into the game. It crashes if you complete the puzzle though, but it's in there, kinda? And then lastly, I fixed the level art that got broken when I changed the layout of the tile set. Which brings us to January. Good morning, it is January 3rd, 2022. It is very early in the morning. Starting today, we have exactly 1 month to finish a polished demo for the Steam Festival. The game is in a decent state at the moment. You can play it. We have levels that Joseph and me were gonna have to sit down today, figure out which levels we want for the demo, and then also decide how we're gonna tackle the art, because it's a lot of art and animations that still need to be finished, and we're a bit behind schedule. Okay, I'm gonna make some coffee now. Only problem is, Joseph left our coffee bean grinder at his parents'. That's one way to work out. Don't know if that is enough for 2 people.
Ich würde sagen, wir fokussieren uns nur auf das Spielfeld.
Wie viel haben wir gesagt? 10 plus ein Bosslevel? Erster Boss?
10 plus, also insgesamt 11, oder?
Mhm. Ja, Setting 1 und 2 polishen. Dann haben wir gesagt UI, Polish, plus Level Anzeige. This was it. Our to-do list of all the things we wanted to do in order to get the game into a state where we could show it to the public. And one of those to-dos we could take care of right away.
The shaker per se is nice, just not
The whole track.
during the whole track.
The other task we needed to get started was the tile set. I spent some time looking for references and took notes of objects that would fit the grassland setting. I also made notes for the other 5 settings, mainly to write down how they would distinguish themselves from one another. And I won't need all of those notes for the demo, since we are only trying to get setting 1 and 2 finished. But this will help a lot when I have to make the assets for the finished game. After that, I jumped into the tile set and started sketching some of those assets and added them to the layout. And to test the positioning and the size, you can see me going back and forth between Photoshop, Gamemaker and Tiled, which we use for level art. And then, yeah, fixing things, tweaking things, moving things around. Good morning. Today is Thursday. A lot has happened since Monday. I finally finished not finished, but like I planned out the whole tile set for the first setting on Monday. Then kind of started to refine it on Tuesday. Wednesday was just client work. So yeah, my plan was for the end of this week to get the tile set done, which is a lot more work than I had anticipated. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best and do some assets today. While Joseph is actually refining the animations, a lot of them, like they still have a lot of sketch marks on them. So he is building them with vector graphics. Yeah, and then later today we're also gonna call with our programmer to talk about all of the stuff that we need for the demo, because he's been on vacation, we've been on vacation over the winter, and we just need to sync up and make a plan, because I don't know if he knows about the deadline for the Steam Fest. Right, let's get some coffee and let's build the last levels. For this shit. I need to get some breakfast first. It's too early for this shit. After a year of the game being online, there's still bugs in the game, which sucks. So yeah, we'll need to do another update for both of the games. And then also on the 22nd of January, the game is going to be on the front page of Steam, but now I'll need to make a new capsule art because the one that we have right now is crap. It's just, we need to finish the demo for a puzzle dungeon, but there's still so much stuff to do. Yeah, let's get breakfast first and then let's work on the tile set. It's time to do some art. Thankfully, I had placeholders for most of the new assets, so it was just a matter of rendering all of them to a finished state. For the grass, I had to add transparency. For some tiles, I had to fix tiling issues, and other grass got animation frames, which we could now also set in Gamemaker, which was a huge step. Before that, we didn't really have environment animations and the environment looked kind of dead. And then the big assets that were just blocks needed a lot of color and detail. So it's the end of the first week and I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, which is a problem. Kind of my 3 goals for this week was to get rid of the pixelation, which I got done, to implement animations for the environment, which I got done, and to finish the tile set for the first setting. I made sketches for all of the items on the tile set and I tested them, but they are still in a very, very rough state. And I think I'll need like half a day to 1 full day to complete that. The reason why this makes me kind of nervous is that this first week was the week where officially I was still on vacation. So there was like no pressure to do client work. However, starting next week, Joseph and me are both going to have to do our regular client work, which is still manageable, but it keeps us from having these uninterrupted days where we can just work on the project, which really we only had on Monday and Tuesday, since on Wednesday we took a look at a new place, a new flat possibly. Oh my god, someone just started screaming, what the fuck. On the positive side, I got level art done, which I didn't think I would get done. I still need to polish them up since a lot of things broke because I changed the layout. Goals for next week: finish up both of the tile sets, setting 1 and setting 2. Also do background graphics because at the moment we have these placeholder clouds which look like ass. And then also finish the level art because that is going to get us to a point where we at least have the levels pretty, and then we just need character animations, blockers, implement music, and the intro main menu interface. I don't know, just with the new flats, the demo deadline coming closer, the cats stuff, and also like the bugs that we found last week in cats. Just a lot of things, and then also like the client projects. There's 2 projects that I need to start working on next week. I'm trying to stay relaxed. I'm trying not to work late into the night. For this evening, I'm gonna go over to my neighbors. We're gonna play Animal Crossing, just so I'm not in front of my computer, because that will tempt me to just open Netflix on the second monitor and work on the tile set, and I don't want to do that. Because yeah, that's a really bad habit that I'm trying to break. The neighbors just texted me on Discord. They're gonna do a walk in the snow now, and they invited me to come, and now we're just gonna hang out outside and enjoy the snow, and that might be exactly what I need after reviewing this not so great week. Yeah, I'm gonna go play in the snow now. Good morning. I want to be quiet as to not wake up Joseph, but I think the fucking dog above us is gonna do that anyway. Oh my god, shut up! Saturday was just an awful day for both of us. Yep, just because we don't know what's going to happen with the new place. Yesterday was good. We took a long walk, we played a lot of Minecraft, and we ordered food. That's why I don't want to show the rest of this kitchen because it's a mess. The good thing is, I was scheduled to do a client meeting tonight and had to work on a client project all day. Fortunately for me, that got moved to tomorrow. So the plan is to work on Feed All Monsters all day today. Yeah, I'm just gonna make myself some coffee and take some notes before I get started because I really need to get that shit done. I'm just gonna heat up the old coffee from yesterday. So look at this. What's on this? I was struggling a lot with how to make the assets, like deciding on a final art style, deciding on like the design of the world. Like I don't want it to be a generic fantasy world with like medieval technology. The crew having like a medieval airship, maybe they just have an old car food bus that's dragged around by a balloon. Like I haven't fully figured this out, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. That also allows me to just bring in some color because the tile set was just green, brown, and gray, and that sucked. Yeah, and like going off that, my biggest challenge at the moment is to design a house, because with architecture you kind of defining the setting. So I've done like 2 or 3 attempts at this house, and I think now I finally have a sketch that might work. So wish me luck on that. I was really struggling with how things should look. What is the final look of the game? And I remember these Animal Crossing drawings that I did last year. I wanted to take those as reference to kind of how I'm gonna render and like draw things, because I think they had a really cool vibe, and if I can bring that kind of vibe over, yeah, then I think that's it. Let's just see how the day goes and how much progress I make, and then yeah, let's see. So on my way to do some shopping, I've decided I'm gonna make us some ramen because we really need some like warm comfort food. I got more done than I thought I would, but then I also didn't get as much done as I wanted to, so I don't know. I'm worried that I'm over detailing things, and I don't know if I will be able to get the tile set finished today. It's 4 in the afternoon now, and I don't even know what I did. I don't know, I think I touched every asset and like changed some of them, and now some of them are more detailed than the others. Yeah, I think that's why I'm taking the walk now, to just clear my head and then stare at the project with fresh eyes and hopefully, yeah, get some results. What a day. I'm currently in the process of making the ramen. I spent the rest of the day finishing up the tile set, I'm finally happy with how it looks. I'm not happy with how I'm looking. And earlier today we got the call that we got the new flat and we're moving soon, and it's very exciting, but Joseph spent the whole day on taxes and I spent the last 2 hours on taxes as well, and then like before that it was all tile set, and I'm just so drained. Like I couldn't even be really happy. Like I'm probably gonna freak out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna cook some ramen, I'm gonna wash my greasy hair, and I'm gonna update you probably in like 2 or 3 days because tomorrow is client birthday. Yeah. Good morning. I woke up super early today. Right now it's almost 9 a.m. And I think the next 1 to 2 hours I'm gonna do some client work because I really need to get that done for tonight's meeting. But then for the rest of the day, hopefully just me can work on Feed All Monsters, and I've already made a couple of tasks that we need to get done today. So yeah, I wanna wrap up the tile set today, at least get it in a stage where it's acceptable for the demo. Then Joseph's gonna work on a tutorial, just so we have like kind of a document with mockups, so you'll see how our programmer can get started. Yeah, then I also probably have to redo a bunch of level art because I switched around a lot of like a lot of tiles on the tile set, so the layout has changed. So if there was, for example, a flower on one of the tiles before and now there is water, then all of the flowers get converted to water. So I need to like delete that and fix it. I'm gonna make some coffee now, and yeah, once Joseph wakes up, we're probably gonna work on the game. It's 6 p.m. I haven't worked on the game today. This morning I did my client work, and then the rest of the day was pretty much spent on phone calls with the owner of our new apartment and the people who were living in the apartment before us. Then we ordered food because our fridge is empty. Then I had another client call. I was very optimistic this morning that I was going to do so much work on the game. So what I'm going to do now is drink some coffee and actually work during the night, which is something I've managed to avoid for a long time, and I'm kind of proud of that because I've been managing to schedule my work like during my actual work hours. Like I really wanted to get the tile set and some of the minor things done today, because like I think just these little tweaks will elevate the game so much that Joseph and me will get the confidence boost that we need to finish everything within the next, I think we have like 20 days or so. On that evening I worked till 10:30, finishing up the tile set and adjusting the level art. I think today is the 13th or 14th of January. Yesterday evening I finished the tile set, and then this morning because we still have to decide on the kitchen situation in our new place, I sat down in Sims 4 and just started designing a kitchen. So I've done that, then I came into our kitchen, which was very dirty. Now, like, I think it's already like 10 a.m, but like now I think they can finally start. I'm very excited to work on the project, and if Joseph gets the tutorial done today and I can get the interface done today, then we'll just wrap that into a nice package and send it to our programmer. And yeah, then he has time to work on it for the next couple of days while we work on the animations and the second tile set. Yes. I'm pretty sure that we're missing something really important, but neither of us have it on our to-do list, so you might want to check the list that we made at the beginning of the month if there is anything on there that we're missing that is hugely important. Yeah, let's get started. The goal for today was to get a bunch of assets made and write down detailed instructions on how they should be implemented. I started out by making 2 layers of clouds and some particles. Then I threw those into Adobe Premiere and made a mock-up GIF to show exactly how I wanted them to behave. As you can see, we're not really working on game-changing stuff here, but we're tackling elements that we'll need in all 6 settings and that add to the overall look of the game. We want the demo to read as a small part of the finished game and not like a prototype. After that, Joseph and me were both working on text boxes for the tutorial, end screen for the demo, and additional interface graphics, since at this point you couldn't really close the game besides tapping Alt and F4. And as soon as we finished the graphics, we wrote down detailed descriptions for how everything was to be implemented and sent our huge briefing doc off to Josiah so he could take those graphics and connect them in Gamemaker. We made so much progress today, I'm so happy. We have a bunch of assets now that we're going to send over to Josiah, and meanwhile we still need to work on a lot of things, but yeah, we took care of a lot of stuff, especially the tutorial, which we didn't have one for a really long time because we know how to play the game, but for the demo we're gonna need one. So yeah. Turn on my lamp. We got a lot more done today than I anticipated, and I'm very happy about it. We made a plan earlier for the next week. We still need to do a lot of things, especially animations. I think most of the things that we need to get done we know how to do, we just need to spend some time on it, and it's not like there's no programming heavy tasks anymore, so that if we finish late next week, then Josiah can still like implement things, because like implementing graphics is something that we can do, sounds as well. That's actually the thing that I'm kind of worried about for next week. We don't have any sound effects. The ones that we still have in are dummies, and especially the dash and feeding sounds aren't really good. And that's one thing I'm kind of worried about. And then what's the second thing? Yeah, just the whole process of polishing the feeding of the monsters and feed all monsters. We don't really have anyone who's specialized on effects. Like, I can do them in Gamemaker, but mine don't look that good. Yuzia can set them up, but he can't do the art, so we'll have to figure out how we can just make that look nice, because I think like after you solve the puzzle, the whole feeding process is kind of the reward, so that should be like polished and feel really, really nice, but I don't know how to do that because we're gonna need sounds, animations, and effects, and oh god, we also need animations for the boss, and we need the whole second setting, which it's not a big issue if we don't get it done, because then we can only show the first setting, but I would like to have it. Yeah, anyway, we prioritized all of the things that we still need to do. I'm gonna take it easy for the rest of the night, and yeah, if anything exciting happens on Friday, Saturday or Sunday, I'll turn on the camera. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. Good Monday morning. I have to talk a bit more quiet now because it's very early and I don't think anyone is awake yet. I am excited and terrified to work on Feed All Monsters today. Just to give a quick recap of the weekend, on Friday we sent our programmer all of the assets and he's gonna work on them, and hopefully we will have them by Tuesday. And then today, I think we made a priority list on Friday as well. I'm gonna wake up first. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take a look at that and see what I can tackle. Oh my god, the day is going horrible so far. The neighbor's fucking dog keeps barking like non-stop through both of our headphones. We can hear it constantly and it's super irritating. Then we made a couple of mistakes with sizing the frames, and like, just let me show you my notes. Like, I keep messing things up, and here it goes again, the fucking dog. I just had to take a quick break. I made myself second breakfast to feel better, and I'm gonna restart this day now because like the first 2 hours were just an absolute mess, and it's kind of hard to focus, especially with animations, where it's really easy to mess up the frames and the sizes, and yeah, that's the plan. Ich mache jetzt die Pose-Animation. Soll ich dass er nur das Ding einmal so hochhebt und so?
Ja.
Oder soll ich, dass er das so nimmt und einmal so dreht?
Was ist leichter?
Hochhalten.
Entscheide du, ich bin für beides.
Okay. instead of finishing up the pose animation that I did earlier, I'm gonna do a sketch for the second pose animation because I want to spend the rest of the energy that I have on a creative task, like a task that is more brain power demanding. It's the afternoon now. We made a bunch of progress, which I'm very happy about. And then in the evening I want to jump into Premiere and render out the slime animation that we already have and just blow that up in size so we can use it for the boss. It's the evening now. We decided to order some food today because saving out the animations took forever and none of us wanted to cook. We're probably just gonna play some games now and yeah. This day has been a mess. I think I used up all of my energy yesterday on the animations. Today I pretty much only cleaned up the 2 pose animations for the 2 remaining characters. Joseph has just gone beast mode and is cleaning up all of the animation frames by vectorizing them so they don't look messy anymore. He's been on a pretty good pace, so I'm pretty sure that tomorrow we'll get the animations done, which is a lot sooner than expected. After having done animations for the past days, I was glad to finally have some variation and I did some tutorial graphics. We had decided to show the solution to level 1 as a transparent path, so players could get used to drawing the lines and they just had to follow that one line. I also made tutorial speech bubbles and help text. Joseph found a bug in the recent build and yeah, then it was back to animations. Nice. Meanwhile, I was working on cleaning up the start screen since half of it was still in sketch form. But we also had a little surprise coming our way. Hi, I wasn't really planning on recording today, but we just got the menu music for Feed All Monsters and it's amazing and we're so happy with it. So Joseph was handling sound effects and vectorizing the graphics while I was tackling client work. And we also, this morning I did the tutorial graphics, which like we have a slight delay on that side. We should have gotten the build yesterday, but we still don't have it because we forgot to submit graphics. So we were kind of in a rut with the project, like, is it gonna be finished? Is it gonna be any good? And now we have the music, and now I think that just boosted us so much. Yeah, I don't know, it's always an awesome moment to get music, and I can't wait to put it in the game and finish up the start screen, because I think yeah, just opening the game and hearing that music is gonna be amazing. It's super late, but we just got some sound effects and I'm already seeing a lot of things that I really like. I'm very excited to finally bring all the parts together and like actually see the game, but it's still so much work and we only have like 10 days. I got up at 6 AM today because we played a lot of Minecraft yesterday evening and just dreamt about Minecraft the whole night and slept like shit. I got up this morning and I was just excited to make video games, and I've already texted with Huzia. We have the project now, he finished it yesterday evening, so today I can finally put all of the graphics that we've done over the past days, I can put them in. I can also take the amazing music and sound effects that we've gotten and swap them out. I'm just very hyped, okay? Der Slime ist so süß.
Ist die Zahl kaputt gegangen?
Ja, ja. Aber ich glaube, er hat die Font angepasst für das Level hier oben auch und das hat die anderen Sachen auch beeinflusst. Yes, it works. Such pretty walls. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. Und jetzt schau genau hin.
Hey, wie hast du das gemacht, dass die sofort sich dreht?
Wenn du da an der Seite nochmal auf die Porträts klickst, dann
ist das ein Bug, oder
nee,
ist
das ist so gewollt, dass du, wenn du den Charakter suchst und halt denkst, ah, ich kann ihn hier auswählen, das ist nochmal ein kleiner Effekt.
Habt ihr ja mitgedacht.
Ja, wir haben auch so kleine Sternchen gemacht, die halt noch scheiße aussehen, aber das war geplant.
Das ist ja cool.
Mhm. Niu.
Du meinst?
Und yes. Works. Around 5 in the afternoon, it suddenly started to snow, just like it did on our walk when we first had the idea of remaking Puzzle Dungeon as Feed All Monsters. And it was kind of a magical moment because this idea had kind of come full circle at this point. This evening, we submitted the working demo to Steam. Hi, sound recording Simone here. Just to give it some context, for Steam, if you want to submit a demo at a certain point, it is better to submit it like a couple weeks earlier, even if it's not fully finished, just so a person from Steam can review it and give you like a green check mark, because then you can go in and pretty much swap out the files. And if you don't do that and submit your game just one day before an event, everyone's gonna do that. So there's a high chance that your game won't get reviewed in time. That's why we just did it so early. But we're not finished with the demo yet. We just submitted it. But I still think it was a very cool moment. So back to the video. It is so cold outside. Yeah, we submitted the demo build and demo Steam page to Steam yesterday evening. So now we need one more round of bug fixes and implementations until like Tuesday. And then one more cycle of like fixes and implementing stuff. But I think we're in a pretty good spot. So yeah. Very excited for doing the last round of assets today. Still need to do the second heights, and then I'm probably gonna continue filming inside because it's so cold, my hand is freezing. Alrighty, I'm back inside. It was so cold out. So what's happening? We just had breakfast. We're both feeling a bit sluggish after these past 4 days. But we just got confirmation from Steam that our demo is already approved, which usually can take up to 3 business days, I think. So we thought, okay, they're gonna approve it. If they approve it on Wednesday, and then if they have change requests, then maybe it's gonna take until next Friday. So this is really, really good news. Right now we are working on feedback for sounds. We got a couple of sounds yesterday and implemented them, and a lot of them sound really great. And we are really struggling with 2 sounds. The first one is the dash, because most games, they only have a really short dash sound, but our characters dash sometimes for like almost up to 1 whole second. So getting a sound that is not annoying and that loops nicely, but that still indicates like speed and power, that is really hard. And then the next sound that we ourselves still don't know how it should sound is the "you fed a monster and that monster is now happy" sound. Because we were using dummy sounds, we had used just a coin sound, da-dun, to indicate that yes, this monster is now fed and it's happy and it has the little heart above its head and everything's good. It just does not work. And Dreamy gave us a similar sound, which already works much better, but it still has that coin indication. So now we're trying to figure out if we should go for something more organic, to actually represent the monsters. And then if we go that step, if we should have a different sound for every type of monster. So, but then we have this one level where you have 5 butterfly enemies that you feed one after another. So if it's the same sound, if it just goes, for example, and you would have, and that is so annoying. So we would need, for like all of the monsters, we would need a different sound and then variations on that sound. So yeah, we're probably gonna jump on a call and figure it out. It's slowly coming together. Very optimistic at this point, and we just need to figure out the last couple steps. geht das mit der Musik?
Also ich habe jetzt die Main-Musik.
Nice.
Oh, da muss der Dark Mode noch raus.
Ups. Oh, das Level 1 hat jetzt, schaut, es hat auch eine Outline.
Oh,
Sieht gut aus. Oh no. Immer machst du alles kaputt.
Aber
Ja.
ich habe die 1 gedrückt, aber es geht.
Nice.
Hi, editing Simone from the future here. I don't think I ever really explained what we were trying to do when we tested this. Basically, we added additional controls to the game that you can select the characters when pressing the 1, 2 and 3 keys. Just for, yeah, just easier play. I don't think I ever explained it or did a voiceover, so you're getting this now.
Ich glaube, Rechtsklick auf das Porträt hat es
Nee,
kaputt gemacht,
Linksklick
oder?
habe ich gemacht.
Lol, das soll nicht passieren. Vielleicht ist das Event when clicked on und es spielen dann beide Sachen.
Das müssen wir mal sagen.
Good morning. It is still way too early, but today the cats and dogs bundle are on the Steam front page. I'm excited. I'm also very excited about finally working on Puzzle Dungeon again. Hosea did the last fix yesterday evening and committed it to Git. So I'm gonna start this morning by setting up the Git Gamemaker 2 workflow for myself. Joseph's done it yesterday and that gives me confidence that I can do it as well. Then I'm gonna download the project, upload the new graphics that I've done, and then probably clean up the levels and clean up the 2 tile sets. Yeah, let's go. Our neighbors baked some pretzels and they're still warm.
That there are currently 2 copies of your project in existence.
We also finally tackled that round transition effect that I couldn't get to work 2 videos ago. I also mocked it up in Premiere and Hosea implemented it right away. No, passt. What a day. So today, this morning I downloaded Git, the whole setup, worked. I got the project. So Joseph and me, we both implemented the assets that we made over the last couple of days. We compiled the last list of like bugs and feature requests and yeah, just general stuff for our programmer to do in a list. And that includes things like we want a like little tag that says demo version and that like scales up and down. Or what was it? Yeah, for the second setting, that if the setting switches to another tile set, that there's different particles, different blocker sprites. That's gonna be stuff that we need for the rest of the game, so it's good to get it done now. The three big things that we still need to do. We're still not done with sounds. We have dummy sounds in the game. Once we get the final sound files, Joseph and me can just swap them out. Where was I? Yes, we also did a splash screen because we're gonna need that anyway. We need to show the two logos of the two government agencies that provided us with funding. The first one is the local, like, state level funding, which funded the old puzzle dungeon concept back then. They're gonna be surprised when they see this game now. Second logo is from the German government agency thingy. I need to finish the tile set for the second setting, and that is just gonna take one whole day of just drawing. And then we also, I need to sit down and just illustrate the start screen and make that pretty, so that it doesn't look like a sketch. And then we need to update the scene page, but I think then we're pretty much done. Seeing the finished game, it's like coming together day by day, and that's just, yeah, it's so rewarding to see just all of the pieces finally coming into, like, finally fitting together.
Ich würde sagen, Sie sind fertig.
These last couple of days, we've been taking things a lot more slow. I just spent a bunch of time recording footage for the first Puzzle Dungeon devlog, and it's really weird to see all the footage from like 2 years ago. The plan is to just have a chill afternoon and do some drawing. Yeah, then if I have the tile set done, then the last thing we still need to do is the... My god. Look at that snow. We've been having like crazy weather these past couple of days, like a lot of wind. Yeah, I don't know. And because it's February now and we're moving soon, Joseph and me, we already started with like packing things. We've been dealing with this whole situation, but I think with the game we're now at a point where just the last couple of things need to be done and we can chill some more. Thanks so much for watching. If you're curious, you can play the demo on Steam right now. If you have any feedback for us, leave it in the Steam forums or, I don't know, under this YouTube video. Yeah, because we're still working on the game and yeah, would love to improve it. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye!